nice that looks.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Yeah, we are on the last part of our trip now, going home from that Zane Grey RV camp. Very nice camp there, you saw the pictures, and that's the last RV stop we had there. We had to go this way because I didn't want to charge in the middle of Scottsdale. There was an RV behind me, and our next stop is the new supercharger in New River. That is north of Anthem, just to the close to the Lake Pleasant. That would be probably a destination what we do for a day trip or so. We take the trailer out, charge up at the New River supercharger, then go to the site and do something at the Lake Pleasant. Yeah, and we enjoyed the days and hope you too. Let me go something. The statistics I will give you all the way at the end when we have everything together. Let me give you something about driving with a trailer. So do not trust what is the remaining percentage when you start your trip. For example, we should have 70% at New River when you arrive, but that's not true, because it calculates on the average what you would consume without a trailer. Even when the car knows there's a trailer attached to that, and he could look at the last 1,000 miles we drove about how much we consumed on that trailer, and that's about 800 to 820 miles per 820 watts per mile. That's quite a piece. So that is about 2.5 times as much as you would expect in the regular range. So the regular range is now 280 miles, and if you drive it with a trailer, you will be glad to get about 90 miles maximum out of it. But don't cut yourself short. We always did it that we had 15 or 20% left at the end in order to make it to the next destination. And sometimes we drove only 55 all the time. Sometimes we had to reduce this to 50, because when you are cutting it close, then you had to reduce speed. And don't mind on a highway to drive 50 or 45 even. But 2 locations we got in the range of 10 miles left. So, and that is about the maximum, because also we cannot charge up as fast if you do that. So yeah, there are a lot of RVs on the market. We choose this RV trailer because it's more wind cutting and it fits to the car as well. It's in black. We know that can be hot, but we don't want to be in hot areas anyway. And it's a nice trailer. It's not too heavy. It's very light built. Then also we put in supporting bars on the side in order to keep the trailer straight. And that's what you might want to do as well. It puts a little bit more weight on it, but it keeps the trailer very straight on the road. It makes some noise when you turn corners. Don't worry about that. That's intended to, because it wants to keep always a trailer straight on the road. That is the end of our trip, basically. We do one more stop at New River, and I say hello at New River, but elsewise, that's... So then you ask yourself, why did we drive the tour we drove? There is a piece where right from the get-go I knew that I had to break in between. There is a piece from Albuquerque to Gallup, New Mexico, and there's 160 miles. So that piece is too long for driving with the trailer. So that's why we stopped, for example, at the RV park in Grant. But Grant will get a supercharger and you could continue there if you wanted to, but there is also a nice RV park where we plugged in the 50 amp at night and we charged. There is another stop what we had to do in Texas at midpoint Route 66 Texas, where we stayed at a 50 amp outlet at an RV park there and charged all the time. It was 4.5 or 5 hours. We had to stay there and charged all the time. And then we could make it to the next destination. And sometimes we cut it close, about 11 miles left or so. So if you estimate it's getting close and you might not make it, you have to reduce speed early enough. Because don't rely on that, what Tesla shows you here, that's been built up on the car if you drive it regularly without a trailer. So what we used also was a better route planner, because there I paid the premium in order to have a configuration with a trailer. And then I calculated originally 720 watt consumption per mile. But that turned out to be not enough, so I could go in the better route planner, change the reference consumption to 800. That's what is turned out after the first 100 miles or so. And then we found out, yep, 800 will probably do it and will calculate it correctly. Sometimes when you come in bad weather and rain against you, and we had that between New Mexico and Arizona, there was a bad storm coming through. So we had wind, 20 miles per hour wind against us and going uphill, and then it suffers on the range. Do not drive faster than the 55. It's really not recommended, because at 60 we already calculated 900 miles consumption, 900 watt per miles consumption. So imagine if you drive faster 65 or 70, it probably goes over 1,000. So because you are pushing a lot of air in front of you, and that's the whole killer on driving with a trailer. Otherwise, it really was a fun trip, and we will do it again, and we will invite you again for that fun trip. We made it, the last supercharger, which is on our way, and there is 1A, as you can see here behind, is drivable from the front. All of the other ones, all of the other 9, they are drivable from the back, and there are some cars parked here, but they said we arranged that they're parked here, they can get out of that. So that is pretty new supercharger on New River, and it's just close before Anthem, or north of Anthem, and that's north of Phoenix. So we are close to home, and last supercharger, and we made it. We fulfilled the 1,000-mile challenge. We are ready. We are leaving now. Keep coming. Very nice. Yes, very nice. For the last piece we're driving through the desert. The last couple of miles. It goes from New River to 74, New River Road to 74, and to 303. And that's a very nice route to 303. I would recommend it for everybody, instead of taking 101 going closer to Phoenix, to take 303 around Phoenix when you go to California. Yeah guys, this completes the 1,000 miles challenge. So we are home again, and sure, we bring the trailer in storage after we clean it and so on, but there will be more stories to tell when we do trips with our trailer as well and the Model X. So stay with us and thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.